The year is not even over, yet I already hit all of my important goals. 17-inch arms, a 600 deadlift, and now a 507 squat. Honestly, one of my most successful bulks yet, and I can state that this is the biggest and strongest I've ever been in my life, upper and lower body. So couldn't have asked for better progress. Everything went smoothly, zero plateaus, and of course, you saw the entire journey. So I hope that this motivates anyone into fulfilling their potential and also realizing that it's never too late to start. If I was able to overcome my struggles and laziness, there's no reason why you can't. I'm not a genetic freak. I'm just a guy who's determined, who put in the work for years at a time, never gave up. Which if you've been watching me for some time, you'll know that this is actually true. So how about we start talking about what's next? Because that's what everyone keeps asking me. Alex, will you continue bulking, getting bigger, rising those numbers to a competitive level such that we see you on the platform in powerlifting or maybe on a bodybuilding stage? What are you going to do? Let's discuss. First, let's talk about squats. Guys keep asking me, Alex, are you going to shoot for 6 plates now? Surely you have a decent build with a lot more potential, so that must be your next goal, right? My answer to that is absolutely not. I don't give a single about squatting that amount for this current time frame. I am exceptionally happy and proud that I even managed to get 5 plates and a little bit more. That was my lifetime goal. Always wanted to do it, but never kept myself accountable. And during this process, I acquired 27-inch cold legs, which is another crazy accomplishment. But the thing is, I'm happy with that size. I don't comprehend those who say that this must be a lie. Like, I've been saying this for years and years and years, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I don't want to maximize my leg mass, which could be 28 inches and above. I have inches more left to acquire. And at the same time, by doing so, I would have a 585 squat and beyond. That is in the cards for me if I choose to do that. Heck, if I continue with the rate of progress that I'm going through right now, I can probably squat 545 by Christmas. And that's not over-exaggeration. Certainly doable. But it has to come from me. That's the thing. No one can force me to hit goals that I don't care about. So as of right now, I'm going to savor this moment. And instead of just shooting for higher absolute numbers, I will employ the same strategy that I did with weighted pull-up specialization. Match the 5 plates on the squat with different variations. High bar, SSB, maybe even reverse SSB, which would be a psychotic feat of strength. I'd rather chill in this zone and just raise my general strength instead of pushing for more and more on the low bar squat and becoming more like a powerlifter. I'm sincerely content. Don't need my lower body to become the dominating feature. I'm still an upper body bro at heart. And the thing is, I can even try to replicate this performance while at a lighter body weight. So instead of bulking to another class or just being in the 190s, 200s, why not try to do what you see me hit this year at 165 or 170? To me, that sounds a lot more fun. So no, I won't be dropping squats. They're almost too effective, and I love them very much. But the overall leg training mindset has to change. So with that said, what am I going to do right now? Well, I'd love to cut, but because I'm in a peak state, it would be a real shame to not take advantage of the situation. And so, for the next coming weeks, I will be maxing out on a variety of compound movements, as well as doing higher repetitions with heavy weights. So everything from trap bar deadlifts, Romanian deadlifts, sumo deadlifts, maybe conventional, 405 squat for reps, SSB squats, maybe front squats. I haven't fully decided what I'll be doing, but until September, I have to find out how this 507 squat carried over. Otherwise, it would be such a wasted opportunity. Because you see, guys, towards the end, I went full-on squat specialization mode. Was no longer maxing out on hip hinges, and the volume on those was also lowered. I basically did a tremendous amount of barbell squats and belt squats. Raised the specificity on those, which resulted in less of a general strength focus, which might have been good in my case considering the back squat was my worst lift. So now that everything's balanced, how would that translate in a more complete sense of strength? That's what I want to figure out before I lose all this body fat. Because I know for a fact that once I start cutting aggressively, I'm going to lose a lot of my leg strength. Of course, it'll return very quickly upon resuming maintenance calories, but in the short term, you won't be seeing many PRs, except for maybe the first month or two, where I'm still in a fluffy state. But once I start getting down to the 170s and even below that, yeah, the chances of perfectly recomping go down a lot. So I'm still going to be strong now, but I won't be peaked. And that's all I'm trying to say. Because this is the best of the best state I have to offer, I need to showcase it. One final showdown of bulked Alex. And I won't be hitting this weight for a long time after this. So that's how we're going to be ending things off with lower body training. Besides that, I should mention that I'm going to finally start training calves. Right now, they are a puny 15 inches. Definitely my worst body part. And I think a lot of you guys can relate to that. So we need some serious work. And I don't know how long it's going to take to improve them. Could be years. But what I can say is that I'm 100% done skipping calf training. I want minimum 16s. But if I can get 17s, even better. Let's get a similar arm to calf ratio. Maybe even above. I don't think it dwarfs a physique. And actually, it makes your legs look way better. You can have tree trunks, but with stick calves, it's not the most aesthetic look, especially when you're wearing shorts. So I feel like that needs to be the focus, and I'll be primarily doing standing calf raises and donkey calf raises, usually in the belt squat station, because now there's going to be no additional forces on the spine. So I'm getting a tractioning effect while at the same time developing my calves, turn them into freaking cows. So I would encourage you guys to join me on this. Let's stop making excuses. Let's just keep it real. Most of us half-ass calf training. Do a couple sets at the end of a workout when you're not even up for it. You don't try to get stronger. Use bad form, bouncing all over the place. Keep your ego in check. Do things correctly, which I'll be demonstrating and documenting, and you'll see improvements. So I expect my calves to grow nicely. Their shape and insertion is not bad, just their size. And if I share similar genetics to my dad, then you're going to witness one of the craziest transformations ever. His calves are about 18 to 19 inches, premium bodybuilding genetics. They were big before he even started lifting. And then once he started isolating them for real, they blew up. And right now, they're literally his best body part. So I pray that I'm in a similar position. I know that my sister is, so it's possible I am too. I honestly have no idea. Only time will tell. I'll, of course, be sure to give you updates with measurements and all that stuff. All right, regarding upper body, there's not much for me to say in this video, considering it's still a work in progress and I'm continuing down the same path. But I will mention that now that I got 17-inch arms, it's time to push it up even more. And because I keep things realistic, the next goal is 17 and a quarter. I think 17 and a half is going to take a lot more time. And 18 is a lifetime goal, which might occur in my late 30s, early 40s. I don't see that happening anytime soon. And it's probably going to require many more bulks and cuts. But my mindset is on a different level now. I no longer believe that 17 is my limit. I can go so much further, and many of you can as well. Therefore, I'll continue using the same strategies described in this video, with biceps being the primary focus, because I do feel like my triceps long head came up a lot. It's really the front part of my arm that needs more work. And heck, maybe I'll even experiment with some arm days or change my split in general. It's possible that I'll start to deviate away from the upper lower just to hyper specialize in the arms. I haven't fully decided yet, but I'm certainly going to hyper focus on them, maybe even including some forearm work, which I haven't done for a long time. I'm at a loss for words, but besides arms, I'm pretty happy with the rest of my physique. Though, if I look at it objectively, I'd say that my side delts and upper chest are lagging proportionally. The side on purpose, but the upper chest certainly needs more work, and that's what I've been doing in the last couple months, really focusing on the inclines, and I'll continue doing so. I feel like that's going to be my primary angle moving forward. You won't see a lot of flat pressing, even though I love it. I have to leave my ego aside and primarily stick to 30 and 45 degrees. Keep in mind, 30 is still going to work your mid-chest very hard, and in my experience has one-to-one carryover. So I'm not concerned about getting weaker. I actually believe in the long term, this will raise my strength potential even more. And I'm all about correcting weaknesses. You saw me do this with the overhead press. The next step is inclines. I excel at every other angle besides this. So we can start by getting a 315 clean incline. I've done it already off a 20-degree angle, but that's a little bit too low. So we're gonna get it with 30 and then 45. Then we're gonna do it with a closer grip, followed by the arch nemesis bar, just constantly leveling up. And that should do wonders in correcting my upper chest situation. On top of that, I've been waiting for months, but I have a bunch of 10-pound plates on the way, which I will be using to do heavy dumbbell pressing. This is gonna change everything, not only in terms of accessory work, but also being able to dumbbell press over 100 pounds, which I can't do at the gym unless I use those old rattly dumbbells that I absolutely despise. So now in the comfort of my own home gym, I'll be able to do more supersets, less overuse, more range of motion, continue getting stronger in different ways. This is gonna be amazing because I've always loved dumbbells, just didn't have the best setup. But now, very soon, I'll be able to do that. Imagine if I can do 3 sets of 10 with 100 pounds on the seated shoulder press. Of course, that's going to carry over to my general barbell performance. So we're really going hard on the old school while at the same time incorporating modern methods. Overall, I'm excited to keep getting bigger and look forward to maxing out my dumbbell pressing strength. So with that said, I have nothing more to say about training. Now I want to end off on the topic of cutting. As I said before, once I hit a few PRs for the legs, I'm immediately going to start losing a bunch of weight. And I will start by getting back to around 12% body fat, which should be a weight that's anywhere in the 160s. I missed the cuts, and with this newly acquired muscle, I should look significantly better. Maybe I can even stop the cut at 170 pounds. We'll see. But once I get to a decent body composition, I'll maintain for a bit, chill, savor it, diet break you can call it, followed by a shredded 2.0 transformation. Yeah, you heard that right. I'm gonna get shredded again. More shredded than last time because I have experience. I know how to do it. I've learned from my mistakes and believe that I'll look significantly better. You'll see it with the bigger legs, a little bit more muscle in the upper body. What I can say is you haven't seen my best physique yet. There's more awaiting. I will show you what is actually possible as a real natural, to the point where I've even been considering stepping on a bodybuilding stage. What do you guys think about that? Because that was one of my greatest regrets last year. I looked so freaking good, yet it was just for social media. What if I did a show? Either self-coaching myself, because I am confident in my abilities, or hiring a professional like 3DMJ. I know they work with a lot of natural bodybuilders. So what am I capable of? That's the question. What if I would have pushed for 6% body fat instead of 8%, while at the same time getting the spray tan on and really mastering my posing, showcasing the best of which I have to offer? That's what excites me. After all these years of putting on quality size, how would that look in a competitive environment? I am insanely curious to find out. So let me know what you think and what I should do moving forward. Regardless, I will get shredded again. And keep in mind, I'm also going to include a lot more weighted calisthenics. I've missed that as well. Not to mention the fact that my cardio has been lacking. So gonna get back into being a conditioning beast. Lots of burpees and circus style training. Gonna film some of those workouts for you as well. Of course, there's the calisthenics program on the way. And then there's the rebranding. Going to be Alex Leonidas moving forward, because that's me. And I want to keep being true to myself. So that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's see some of your feedback down below. And I'll talk to you all next time.